Have you ever pondered over the importance of living in the present moment? It's a concept that's been passed down through generations, from ancient philosophers to modern-day psychologists. But what exactly does it mean to live in the present moment, and why is it so crucial? Living in the present moment, or as some like to call it, the power of now, is about immersing yourself completely in the here and now. It's about letting go of past regrets and future anxieties, and focusing your attention on what's happening right this second. Sounds simple, doesn't it? But the truth is, it's a practice that can have profound effects on your life. Think about it. How often do we find ourselves dwelling on past mistakes or worrying about future uncertainties? This constant preoccupation with what was and what could be robs us of our ability to enjoy what is. And that's where the magic of the present moment comes in. Living in the present moment can significantly improve your mental health. When you're fully engaged in the now, you're not stressing about the past or the future. This can reduce feelings of anxiety and depression and promote a greater sense of peace and calm. But the benefits don't stop there. Living in the present can also enhance your productivity. When you're fully present, you're able to concentrate better, make more informed decisions, and ultimately get more done. And let's not forget about happiness. Numerous studies have shown that individuals who practice living in the present tend to be happier. Why? Because they're not constantly chasing after elusive future goals or ruminating over past failures. Instead, they're able to find joy and fulfillment in the little things that make up their everyday lives. So you see, living in the present moment isn't a luxury, it's a necessity for a fulfilling life. It's about embracing the power of now and allowing it to transform your life in ways you never thought possible. So are you ready to harness this power and live your life to the fullest? But what keeps us from experiencing the beauty of the present? Let's delve deep into the common barriers that often prevent us from fully embracing the now. First up, we have distractions. We live in a world that's constantly buzzing with information, and our minds are frequently pulled in a million different directions. The constant pinging of our devices, the allure of social media, the demands of work, or even the chatter of our own thoughts can make it incredibly difficult for us to stay focused on the present moment. Secondly, stress. When we're stressed, our minds are often stuck in a loop of worry and anxiety about the future or regret about the past. This mental state keeps us from appreciating the present. It's like being at a concert with your favorite band playing live, but you're so worried about catching the last train home that you barely hear the music. Then there's overthinking. Overthinking is like a mental hamster wheel that keeps us stuck in our heads, analyzing, second-guessing, and ruminating. It's a barrier that can make the present moment feel like a blurry snapshot, obscured by the fog of our incessant thoughts. These barriers, distractions, stress, and overthinking prevent us from fully experiencing and enjoying the present moment. They act like clouds obscuring the sun, casting shadows over our ability to truly live in the now. They create a disconnection, a gap between us and the world around us. And in this gap, we lose the richness, the vibrancy, the joy of truly being present. But remember, these barriers are not insurmountable. They're merely obstacles on the path to mindful living. And like any obstacle, they can be overcome. All it takes is awareness, understanding, and a bit of practice. So, what's the takeaway? Embrace the present. Let go of distractions, stress, and overthinking. It's time to turn down the noise of the world, to quiet the chatter in our minds, and to tune into the symphony of the present moment. Overcoming these barriers is the first step to truly living in the present. So, how do we knock down these barriers and embrace the present moment? Let's dive into some effective techniques that can guide us to a more present-focused existence. One of the most powerful methods is mindfulness. Mindfulness is the art of paying attention, on purpose, to the present moment, without judgment. It's about experiencing the world in its raw, unfiltered form and appreciating the beauty in the simple and the mundane. It's about seeing the world as it is, not as we think it should be. Mindfulness can be practiced anywhere, anytime. It doesn't require any special equipment or conditions. All you need is a willingness to be present. Another technique is meditation. Now don't let the words scare you off. Meditation isn't about achieving some kind of mystical state. It's about training your mind to focus and redirect your thoughts. It's about learning to observe your thoughts without getting caught up in them. You can meditate in silence, with music, or guided by a voice. The beauty of meditation is its flexibility. You can do it for 5 minutes or 50, once a day or several times. It's your journey. And let's not forget about gratitude practices. Gratitude is the simple act of appreciating what we have, rather than longing for what we don't. It's about recognizing the good in our lives and expressing thanks for it. This can be as simple as jotting down 3 things you're grateful for each day, or as elaborate as creating a gratitude jar where you deposit notes of appreciation. The more we practice gratitude, the more we train our minds to focus on the positive aspects of our life. There are many more techniques out there, each with their own unique benefits. The key is to find what works best for you. Remember, there's no one-size-fits-all solution to living in the present. It's a journey of self-exploration and discovery. These techniques are tools to help you unlock the power of the present moment. How do we transform these techniques into daily habits? You might be asking yourself this question after we've explored the power of the present moment and the techniques to help you live in the now. Well, the answer lies in strategizing, setting reminders, and integrating these practices into your existing routines. First and foremost, strategize. The path towards making something a habit is not a straight line. It's a process that requires planning. Take a moment to consider your daily routines, the things you do without even thinking about them. Now imagine incorporating the techniques we've discussed into these routines. Maybe you can practice mindfulness while brushing your teeth in the morning, or focus on your breaths while waiting for your coffee to brew. Next, set reminders. In an age where technology has become an integral part of our lives, use it to your advantage. Set reminders on your phone or smart device to prompt you to practice presence. Maybe it's a midday alert to take 5 minutes to focus on your senses, or an evening reminder to reflect on the moments you truly lived that day. Then, integrate these practices into your existing routines. Do not see them as additional tasks, but as enhancements to your daily life. If you're a morning person, start your day with a mindfulness exercise. If you're a night owl, try some deep breathing exercises before bed to wind down. Most importantly, understand the power of consistency. Habits don't form overnight. It takes time, patience, and consistent effort. Some days might be easier than others, and that's okay. Just remember, the journey towards living in the present moment is not a race. It's a step-by-step process, and each step, no matter how small, is a victory. So, strategize, set reminders, integrate, and be consistent. This is your roadmap to making living in the now a daily habit. Remember, the power of the present moment can only be harnessed through consistent practice. This is your journey to discover the joy of living in the present, and it starts with making it a habit. What does it feel like to truly live in the present moment? It's a question that seems simple on the surface, yet it holds profound depth beneath its layers. Imagine slicing through the noise of yesterday's sorrows and tomorrow's anxieties. Picture an existence where you're not a prisoner of the past or a hostage to the future, but a free bird in the now. That's the joy of living in the present moment. It's a feeling of tranquility, a sense of liberation, a state of absolute peace. When you live in the present moment, it's like being in a state of continuous meditation. Your mind isn't cluttered with thoughts of what was or what could be. All that exists is what is. It's a symphony of serenity that plays on the strings of your consciousness, creating a melody of mindfulness that resonates within the depths of your being. The joy of living in the present moment is like tasting a flavor for the first time. It's a burst of newness, an explosion of nowness. Let's take a simple example, eating an apple. When you're truly present, you don't just bite into it. You feel the crunch, savor the sweetness, relish the juiciness. You experience the apple in all its glory. That's the joy of living in the present moment. It's a heightened sense of awareness that turns ordinary experiences into extraordinary ones. Living in the present moment is like watching a movie without worrying about how it will end. You're completely absorbed in the unfolding plot, the characters, the emotions. You laugh when it's funny, you cry when it's sad, you feel the thrill when it's exciting. You're not merely watching, you're living the movie. That's the joy of living in the present moment. It's about immersing yourself in the experience, not just observing it from a distance. Living in the present moment isn't just about improving your life, it's about truly experiencing it. It's about feeling the joy, the peace, the fulfillment that comes with being fully present. It's about embracing life with open arms, with an open heart, with an open mind. It's about existing, not just in time, but in the timeless now. Let's take a moment to revisit the journey we've taken today. We started by understanding the profound power of now. We realized that the present moment is the only reality we have, the only moment we can influence. We then delved into the barriers that often keep us from truly being present. The incessant chatter of our minds, our worries about the past or the future, can prevent us from fully experiencing the here and now. But we didn't stop at identifying the barriers. We explored practical techniques to overcome them. Techniques like mindfulness, meditation, and conscious breathing that can anchor us in the present. We also discussed how to make these techniques a part of our daily lives, to develop a habit of being present. And finally, we glimpsed the joy, the peace, the fulfillment that comes from truly living in the present. Remember, the present moment is all we truly have. Make the most of it and enjoy every moment.